They say great art is difficult to understand, but easy to enjoy.
Hey, Beavis. It's hard, but it's not like hard.
Yeah.
Good evening, good evening, good afternoon, wherever, whatever, however you all are. Welcome to Clobby's Comic Shop. It's great to see you all here. Guys, how's it going, everyone? Great to see ya. Let's acknowledge those faces in the chat, shall we? Okay. Let's see here. I see Vince Womack. How's it going, Vince? Great to see ya. Deeple 101, D-Bud Martin, Jonathan Conroy. Sound like a talk show host with that one. Jonathan Conroy. Actually, kind of bears worth repeating. I'm going to run with that one to the damn bank, if you will. You know, there's already 10 of you here. Hey, Brad Young. How's it going, Brad Young? I am old Holio. Give me all your arthritis. You'll love to see that. You'll love to see that. I'm happy about that. How you guys all doing that? Oh, man, my camera's all retarded and shite. So, yeah, great to see you guys here. RJ Godzilla 81, hello. And for those of you who, let's just say, you like to have a little bit both ways, you're allowed to do that here because on this show, Clobby's Comic Shop, we do that. If you're a man who likes to stream on YouTube or if you like to cross your streams on Rumble, you get to have your pick around these necks of the woods, per se. So this is the link to the green button. Okay, great to see you guys. All right, so choose your path, or if you want to have it both ways, to do YouTube and Rumble, it's all up to you. I have no skin in the game. I don't give a shit the same way a constipated person does. So anyway, Stephen Netton Kell-El, what's going on, dude? Lombardi, 1969. 69, dudes. So yeah, through the show, we'll get into some ASM and F4. Well, probably about 10, 15 minutes. But I can't do the Rumble today. Need the VPN for. Oh yeah, take care of that, man. Get there, breakdown. You should. You straight up should. I must say, it's pretty. I might get a bandana next. I'm thinking about it. I see the suicidal tendencies bandana. I'm like, bro, I may need that. What's up, student of God? Nice to see you as well, sir. So what's up, bro? What's up to you, my friend? I'm glad you guys can be here. All 10 of you hang out right away. I love to see it. So yeah, it's been a pretty eventful a week in the comic world. So let's get on about it. Where can I get to go? Dude, I'll just go to Suicidal Tendencies website for you right now. All right. I will Suicidal Tendency store. Okay. Because I got you like that, because that's what bros do. I'm going to put that link in the chat for you, my friend, because I was just going through that link earlier today. So why don't you go give it a look at that website right there, my dude, right there. Okay, see, that's a bro's got to look out for the other bro. That's right. No, good old brotherhood like that. Whether you're a geek or a metalhead or a foodie, I got you. I got you guys. I got you. So we got to get to something. My buddy Pablo's not here yet. Wishes. I like how Calm actually has D-Bud. So that means even he didn't keep track. Well, maybe you should look at the previous streams episode and look. Maybe you should do that. Just saying, it would definitely do you right to write it down somewhere. Anyways, let's get into something going on Rippaverse side, because this is a notable one, especially for a lot of my friends overseas. This is a big one, and I feel like this is definitely very worthy of discussion. So, guys, if you haven't heard, it's finally happened right here. So let's get it up and take a look, because a lot of you guys were curious, maybe even bi-curious, and wanted to know if this is going to happen, and it finally happened. So, boom! Let's look at this, okay? Let's look at the listings. ISOM 1 and 2, Alpha Core 1, Yaira 1, The Horseman, Welcome to Flores Park 1-shot, Gooding the Polymath 1-shot, Bloodruth number 1, Ripazine 1 and 2. This one is Salvage. That one is Sersha. Saints and Sinners. That's the anthology book. And then there's a one I Want All package. Looks like the zines are $5 each. Saints and Sinners 15. Bloodruth 13. Gooding 13. Horseman 13. Yaira 13. Alpha Core 13. ISOM 15. ISOM 1 5. So there you go. Now you have no excuses. So I know the Vinces of the world and my buddy Pablo from Geek Tropology will be here sometime between now and forever. You have opportunities now. So there's no more excuses. There is no more. You can have shit for yourself. Because yes, I'm going to do that all night now. I'm just going to. But yeah, I just want to, get that out of the way, because it's kind of a big deal. And just to buy Common some extra time. Some extra time. I'm going to go into something a little bit about Jim Lee, because this is some bullshit. And I know when you come here to Spot, it's not a place where you come to on accident. You're basically, honestly, just coming to get. It's not meant to be takes of affirmation. It just happens to be the way. Now, for all we know, there could be some outlier out there who's listening who say, "I've never heard this take before." If you're out there, do say something. Do say something. I'd like to know. But I want to get into this because Jim Lee had some really odd choices of words about the state of manga and American books. And dude, honestly, it is really just the biggest fucking cope I've ever seen. Especially when you know a lot of this is objectively false and bullshit. And there's more to this, to be fair, but I'm just going to go through this quick and we'll expand upon it. It's just not hero stories. There's a much wider range of stories. Jim Lee adding he's very happy manga succeeding as it gives me a goal to aim for. Aiming for a goal, dude? You're telling me you're aiming? What goal have you aimed for? You can't even meet your own deadlines with a Hush 2 comic. You released, it's supposed to be a 12-issue series within a year, and you've gone through, a quarter of them from what I've paid attention to, and you're still having that book go on with its numbering and at the same time relaunching another new Batman volume at the same time, and then you want to go on about a wide range of stories. All right, whether you read newer books, good, or you don't, we can agree on one thing. And if you somehow don't agree, I don't know what to tell you. You're just, honestly, you're just in denial. This is about if you like newer books. It's about whether there is or isn't whether it is or isn't wider range. And there is. I alone have covered a lot of these books. Even if we take out like what's going on like the Rippaverse side or on the Fun My Comics side, look at all those. And what's up, Shadow Warden? So I'm sorry, having a hand making comment there like, dude, don't worry about it. But welcome to the show. I see Paul backstage. Paul, I'll chin soon. I'm having some business with this. Okay. Business here with this one. My version of business. Jim Lee saying wide ranges. Dude, there's so much wide ranges of books. Even if you take out the crowdfunding stuff or the Rippaverse stuff, if you just go through the shit that I talk about here, I've talked a lot about the Ghost Machine stuff, whether it's the period piece stuff of Redcoat or the futuristic stuff of Rook Exodus, or the present, slight present day or slightly above present day with Geiger. So you're talking Ghost Machine alone. And then none of those books are superhero books, by the way. None of them. They could talk about Transformers, G.I. Joe, Void Rivals. I wouldn't call them superhero books. None of them are cape stories at all. Conan the Barbarian is one of the premier books to be reading. Flash Gordon is not a superhero book as well. You got all these killer books coming out. And of course, you got a bunch of bad books. And even the bad books, there's a wide range of shit. As much as I don't like shit like Saga is a very different book. And for one point in time, keywords, one point in time, they had a hold of whatever, I guess you could say, exists of a modern audience. But they decided to lose their audience, which is funny, when they decided to take a hiatus much longer than they intended on saying. You got Saga. Then you can even look at The Walking Dead. The Walking Dead. How has Jim Lee not thought about The Walking Dead? It was one of the most successful indie comic books. Not a superhero book at all. Not a superhero book at all. One of the most successful. Normies bought The Walking Dead. Normies bought it. That's not my opinion. That's the fact. The Last Ronin. You could say, yeah, it's a heroic book. I wouldn't call them superheroes or capes. The Last Ronin as well. That one still sells to this very damn day. Something is killing the children. That's a horror story. I've read it. I'm not really wild about it, but I know that it has an audience. It has an audience, even though I'm not the guy, but it's there. That's once again, that's just not my opinion. That's a fucking fact. Where does this come from with the much wider range of genre? Like, do you not pay attention to your competition? I get it. He's a higher up. He's the sole publisher of the company. But where the hell does this guy come from saying much wider range? There is so much of a wide range of books in the American stuff. Once again, you can have your opinions on whether they're good, bad, whatever. That's not relevant. What's relevant is that there's a wide range of book, just like manga. Obviously, manga is popular, way popular, and it seems that because they are committed to their audience, yeah, they're going to do better. Maybe, Jim, you should have 2 monthly Batman books out at the same time, both called Batman. And on top of it, meet your deadlines for Hush 2. The fuck is that shit? And then have another writer start with another artist. Holy shit, man. And you still employ a lot of shitty people. For every great Jeremy Adams you get 20 other shitty people. You still keep Tom King on board. What the fuck are you doing? You might as well just be called Marvel. I don't get it, where this comes from. But you need to understand that a lot of what you're doing is shit. And maybe actually give stories that people want. Straight up, man. Oh, I don't fucking get this shit. Now I see Mike is Bad Knees. What's up, buddy? How are you doing? I've not had a rant in a long time. This is like rare form for me. This is like, I almost feel like odd doing it. But every now and then, I gotta have a moment. I gotta have one. This one kind of made me feel uneasy because I'm just thinking, how can you be this retarded with a take like this, with the wide range of stories? Fuck off, dude. Seriously. Yeah, once upon a time, you're a fantastic artist, but now you're in the has-been stage. Hi, Pablo. How are you, sir?
Howdy ho!
Hey, what's up, man? I was hearing you rant, and man, you have no idea how correct you are. There's
Can you believe this shit, though?
And the funniest-
Is it really hard for him to just say, our stories need to be better? Is it really that
Yep.
hard?
fun shit. They used Jujutsu Kaisen as the counterpart to DC, and on Marvel and on DC, they have been adding one of the characters from Jujutsu Kaisen on the middle of some pages. He's just a background character that is already getting a bit weird seeing Yuji on American comics. But it's fun that there's a lot of people on Marvel and on DC that think that Jujutsu Kaisen is the shit. And they are being shitted over by people that think that Jujutsu Kaisen, well, is also the shit. By the way, Jujutsu Kaisen is not the shit. It's actually myth. I will
Mhm.
say, and I
And yet, why
follow,
is still better than most of the books that they come out?
dude. I follow the series. I follow the manga. The manga is actually on a spin-off right now because the main storyline ended a few years ago. And
Mhm.
I will tell you, is still myth. Yeah, it's way better than anything that Marvel and DC are making. But if you compare it to Transformers a bit better. Actually, quite a lot better.
Mhm.
Not as greedy with the violence, with the craziness, but the
Mhm.
storyline is way more solid. They follow all the plot lines that they are trying to set up. They know what they are doing. With Jujutsu Kaisen, there's times when you go like, they are doing what with Sukuna? Sorry, are they fucking? Yep. But still, I love that there's that comparison between something that the guys that are working on the DC comics and Marvel comics idolize as a tool to shit on them.
Mhm.
I find
Mhm.
it funny, refreshing, almost poetic at this
Mhm.
point.
Mhm. It is
Yeah.
poetic, and rather than just think, man, we got to do a better job. Okay, that's great that you're happy they're succeeding, but you're not aiming for these goals. You're
Yep.
really not when you have all the people you still have on board. You may not have as many, but they're still there. There's still enough of them there. Well, they still spread enough of an infection that it's straight up lingering in the company. You still have the Tom Kings there. You still have Scott Snyder being a fucking asshole on Twitter. Sure, Absolute Batman is song. I'll give him that. At the shop that I've been going to now for a few months now, it does sell and there is engagement and people read and talk about it. I'll give him that. At least I could say at least Scott has that counter argument to him. But still, it's not a good example to set for let's just say the guy who has the flagship book.
And if you're, dude, if you're a purist, if you really love DC, old school DC,
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that they did at the beginning was killing Green Arrow. They
Mm-hmm.
straight up showed just the head of Green Arrow being held. So, okay, they are going for the characters that most people love, unless they are
Mm-hmm.
edgy enough to be kept alive. But the message is already there. Sorry, if you are a fan of old school Justice League, not even Green Arrow precisely, but because I think they are going to do
Mm-hmm.
something with Canary that I think may be interesting, but nothing more than interesting. But if you are going to show such disrespect for the characters that people love,
Mm-hmm.
I won't trust you. Maybe, just maybe, because there has been times where they have done things that are actually good, maybe tiresome like Injustice, but Injustice had some good in it.
Mm-hmm.
But if you are not going anywhere and you just kill characters like Green Arrow for the funsies, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I won't trust you. I'm sorry. I know DC is pushing with this initiative. I have seen what they are doing with the Joker. I don't like it. I have seen what they are
Are you talking
doing.
about in the absolute books
Yeah, in the
or in
absolute
regular?
books.
Okay,
No,
okay,
absolute books.
okay.
Yeah, on one of the first absolute books that they have,
Mm-hmm.
they show that Green Arrow gets killed. Right?
So shock value once again, like Marvel. They are so lucky Absolute Batman is selling the way that is. They have no idea. Like once again, I'll give them credit where it's due. Like Absolute Batman sells, even Absolute Wonder Woman seems to sell pretty good. There is it does well. And even though Aquaman doesn't have a lot of readers, the guys who do have it at my shop love it. They absolutely love Aquaman. They think it's great. They think Green Lantern is great. Those are both Jeremy Adams comic books. But yeah, outside of those, you have the absolute books do stung, unlike Marvel with their Ultimate Universe fumble, which I always knew that was gonna be a fumble. And all my friends kept saying, "Oh, you should give it a shot again. Give it a shot again." Like, you walked the minefield for me on that one. And then a year later, oh man, it's not a bad book, but it's dragging ass.
Yeah.
And look
No.
where it's at now. The universe is ending, and they're gonna reboot it again. A fucking again.
Okay, but let me ask you something.
Sure.
If you are a fan of Marvel, of DC, you want to go to the OG characters that most people will love because they have a sentimental connection with those characters. Maybe the biggest sentimental connection that DC has is Justice League. Outside of Batman, that is has always been kind of the solo superhero for the people that everybody loves, even if they don't like other DC stuff. Uh, if you think how people normally look at DC, they think about Superman, Wonder Woman, Green Arrow, Green Lantern, the
The
obvious, right?
Flash. Yeah.
And there's some characters. You can say there's people that will go to Barry Allen as the Flash, right? And
Yeah, of
okay,
course.
absolutely, Barry Allen has been well established as the Flash. I can't think about any character because there has been some other characters that have taken the Green Arrow mantle, but Oliver Queen is the only one that you will think about. You know, that blonde beard, the face mask just covering the eyes, the green hat is iconic. And you cannot, like with other characters, just change that. Even Green Lantern, we have had several Green Lanterns, but we have an explanation for that, right?
Yeah, of course.
There's the core, so there's a way to explain, but no, they just show you the head of Oliver Queen, and it's straight up just this is out of the way. No, we can have fun. Again, the connection is with these characters, with the Justice League, with the things that people remember from their childhood, from the TV series, or from whatever their parents used to have around, right? So you don't do that. Sorry, you don't do that. You keep them at least for a while until you have a better character. But no, they are anxious to kill characters that people love.
And then bring them back the next month in some cases now.
Yeah. Why should I spend my energy, my money on something that I know the only things that I love will be dead?
Yeah. And what's it going to matter if they are back the next month anyway? Then that means just nothing really means anything on top of it. I understand sometimes you have to do the occasional change, retcon. There are circumstances, exceptional ones, and that should be the key word there, exceptional ones. But that should be it, not an expectation. Yep. It is a standard that I wouldn't call it aspire to, but that's not something you should aspire to, but they treat it like it's no big deal. And I see this coming from P. Fletcher NWO. Welcome to the channel, sir. I don't think I've seen you here, but if you've been here before, welcome. But first time I've seen you here, so what's up? Says they turned Detective Comics into Deviant Comics. So I hear, my man. So I hear. It's insane. Well, like what they do with these characters. I mean, how many more times can you break these characters down to the point where there's almost feels like there's nothing left? There's no point in just going for anything that's straight up traditionally heroic. It doesn't mean they can't do anything new. That's such a dishonest, convenient argument they try to use. Heroism. You need to work around. You need to work around the standard set of expectations. Say, okay, how do I still keep Batman rich, successful, badass, but still give him some new challenges? You got to learn to blend the familiar with the new. But they don't want. They are just treading on safe water. Safe, and then publicity stunt that will amount to nothing in a few months. And I got a great rant here from Deeple on Rumble, and he says two things about manga versus Western. First, I think manga self-advertises itself better. It does. The publishers there don't see floppies; they sell weekly books of everything released that week. That's true. If Marvel DC did that for roughly $10 with a lot more pages, they probably have to take out the color too. I get to only see everything they are releasing to buy the individual floppies later that interest me. Second, manga artists is a desired job. Getting a manga published is a huge deal. Working on a manga is a huge deal. It can be done as a career. How many times have we heard that we can't make a living in DC? Yeah, true. Unless you're like Scott Snyder or Joshua Williamson or Jeremy Adams, almost everyone else does not make a living at all. And see, I'm
Well,
I'm
if you want to make a
your
living,
comment. Yeah, I'm gonna finish the rest of Deeple's comment. I'm gonna respond to that because there's something important
Mhm.
here. Also, new manga gets this magical thing to attract noise called anime. When a manga hits, anime comes. It's going to get anime short. We don't do that in US at least. Okay, so I'm gonna expand on two of these things. About the making a living. As crummy as it is for DC, and Marvel's far worse about it, I blame the writers that they let in because a lot of these crappy writers think, "Oh, look at me. I'm part of DC. I'm part of the big corporation. I'm part of the big boys now." They were willing to accept being paid cheaply. And because those types of people accepted being paid cheaply, DC saw that as a gateway to say, "Okay, well now we can get away with paying people this less because they accepted it." Because they like the idea of them looking like they are legitimate. They like that perceived legitimacy on their name. That look at me, I'm big time because
Okay,
I'm at
no,
DC. You are lesser than me, even though they actually are a bunch of nobodies. People like the perception of things versus what they actually are. Now, as far as the manga and the anime, well, that's the expectation. A lot of fans when they're into the manga, into the anime. And I'm not going to say I know all about this, but from what I've gathered talking to manga fans, it seems as if most of the time, keywords, most of the time, it seems like a lot of the mangas try to be pretty, if not very faithful, of the manga. And that's an
oh, the
expectation
anime.
that those fans, sorry, that's what I meant to say. You get what I'm trying to get at. They make that expectation. And that's fine. Everyone's happy. Whereas in the American comic side, they want to go out of their way to change everything radically and just expect you to accept it. Even though Japan fans and American fans of manga have no issue with making noise about when they do radical changes, assuming that they do. So go ahead, Pablo, take it away.
Okay, there's a couple of misconceptions that I need to clear out.
Sure.
First of all, one, the cross pollination between manga and anime and light novel, because most of the mangas right now either started as a light novel or a cell phone novel that are just quick stories that people can discard really easy. And because there's always art, they already have everything made. So a manga transition is really easy. So yeah, things, even on the more pervy side, it starts as literature. Before going into pretty pictures, it starts as text. That's normal. So the cross pollination. People don't really jump that much between manga and anime, or between light novel and anime, on light novel and manga. Only the real fans. Most of the people consume only one of the media, and they think that they have fulfilled their duty, right? They know the story, that's it. At least on Japan. So the market moves really different. The way that everything works is really different. You don't expect to make an animation of, let's say, Jujutsu Kaisen, okay? Jujutsu Kaisen, and have every single manga reader. Most manga readers will say, well, the anime is shit because they didn't adapt this or that arc. That's commonplace because animes have a really strict timeline that they need to follow, not only on how much it can be on air, but also the production. You book a studio like 2 to 3 years before actually getting the anime made, right? So as soon as, let's say, Jump, Shonen Jump, one of the big magazines, has something that is getting traction, they are already making the contracts to get the animation done. even though there's not enough material to have the anime really done because it haven't gone that far. But when they actually have the production on place, they will have enough material because enough years will have passed. Booking an anime studio is really complicated, is really long, and that's why some things like One Punch Man season 3 sucked because they literally didn't have a studio to make it. So the guys that were making the previous season had to step up with like half of the personnel and even less of the budget. So the season sucks. The animation sucks. It's shit. It's dog shit. But is the blame of how the studios work and how the system works to get the contract for the animation to be made, right? So there's a huge difference between the public of both. It's not like if you watch the Avengers and you read the comics, at least on the 90s, you had a pretty good spectrum of what you will have to expect. You didn't follow the stories because the animation normally didn't adapt comics one by one as it should be, as the story should be told originally. They adapted whatever they wanted. The Silver Surfer animation is absolutely beautiful. I love it. It has like half of it based on the comics, and a lot of it is just random bullshit that they invented. It's great bullshit. It's still random bullshit. Sorry. And that's normally what happens in American studios. Anime used to work like that. If you see the differences between the manga and the animation for Rama 1.5, well, there's a lot to be said, and actually, the new version is more faithful. But things like Spice and Wolf, they didn't adapt one of my favorite arcs on the original animation. They are doing it on the new animation, but the new animation sucks. I'm still watching it and I'm loving it, but it sucks. Sorry. I can say something I love sucks. You need to be able to accept that. And the other misconception is about the output and the way that the market works on manga, because manga is quite different. It's actually a really strict work. You get a contract that is based on you need to have an issue every week or every month or every 2 weeks, depending on your publication, and you have to have it. They will pay you absolute dog shit. They won't give you any extras. They will hold even the payments for the rights for the animation that sometimes the studios get, and they pay for it. You won't get almost none of that, right? So if your manga is becoming an anime, don't expect a huge payout out of that. Your company will. You're fucked. You have to comply with every deadline the best that you can until the point that you may die in the process. Oda, the mangaka for One Piece, almost died last year because he was doing so much One Piece. There's some mangakas that have died working.
That's wild.
And by the way, one of them, actually, the manga was kind of complete under his dead body. They publish it. That industry is a death trap. So, if you really want to think on how these assholes on Western media are complaining on, they don't pay us enough, they don't give us enough credit, we are doing something beautiful by basically raping every story that everybody loves because we think that we can make it better. Sorry, what did you do with the Spider-Man? Oh yeah. That doesn't reflect on how much they should be working to get a livable wage. if they were being paid as much as a mangaka is paid for their art, right? Because they might make a whole comic and don't need, well, they will be begging for money, but they don't really need that hard to be working next week. If you are a mangaka, your next deadline is Wednesday. You will be published Saturday. You need to have a colored extra piece of art for next week. And also your deadline is still Wednesday. And you are fucked. That's the industry. That's a different level of industry where they will make you work. Comic book artists and writers on the West, on the US, you don't work that much, honey. Don't even try to compare yourself to manga because people die making manga.
They live and die by the sword for better and worse. Okay, I got a handful of cons we gotta acknowledge here and a direct donation. Deeple said 100% Paulo. Anime manga, different fans, but no outside of 2% complete nerds know the absolute Batman fans exist. We are aware. And that's the funny part about the absolute Batman thing, because even though they have gained sales, it is a jump. They'll take the slightest bump. It doesn't matter how big the bump is. If it's anything, they're going to take that as a major win, like if it's the biggest thing ever, and run with it. They don't look at, oh man, is it selling well compared to 1990? No, it's selling better than yesterday, and that's fine, and that's what we're going to roll with. And that's not something you should aspire to. You should aspire to get the most fans possible. And also, welcome to the show, King Conan, Toback. I see you guys. And we got a direct donation from Deeple 101.
I can do the splits, no problem. Back and forth.
And he says,
sorry, what?
$10. Thank you, sir. Says, Rumble is being a dick regarding super chats from me. Anyways, I posted a series of posts over on Rumble that I rant about manga versus U.S. comics. Ahoy, chat. R.I.P. Clobby. Agree on both ends. Well, looks like I already acknowledged your statement, but thank you for the $10, sir. That is setting a very great example for things to come for tonight. You know what that reminds me? After the show, I got to get that Rumble wallet, so because I hear about the Rumble wallet thing that they want people to transition over. It sounds pretty promising, and you know what? If it can make me extra money, why the fuck would I not do it?
Yeah.
So I just gotta get my ass on doing that. So I'll probably take care of that after the show. But
dude, know that we are talking a bit about manga and comics. Good comparison. I will tell you, all the, how do I say this nicely without offending people?
Just say it.
All these bitches with horse faces that work on DC and Marvel. All these wonderful assholes of a ladies that work on
the
DC
crazy
and Marvel.
Cat ladies. The crazy cat ladies.
Complain about how they are not paid enough because they are women and they are not treated as equal. Well, because you do dog shit. The best mangas that I have read on my life, Full Metal Alchemist, was made by a woman. By the way, has one of the most manly moments ever to be put on page. She's still a woman, right? Even on the adult area of the industry, the most prominent and most perverted artists on that medium are all women. Sorry, but manga is dominated by women. 70% of the manga industry is being held by women. It's not the issue about your gender. It's about the quality of your work.
Yeah, and you know, to add to that, Pablo, I gotta throw this in there. It doesn't help that they have this all-time high level of drama that they carry with them, make part of their whole shtick, or would you say, I don't know what the word is, but let's just say part of what they do. Like, I'm sure at some point in time, to some extent, greater or lesser, there's always been a little bit of tension within Marvel, within DC. Maybe it's part of the territory, and that's fine. But the astronomical highs they have taken this shit to is insane. The level that they have taken this to, and we see, if we don't see it, we hear about it, because even though most of them have left Twix, they migrate over to Blue Sky, and we hear about it on Blue Sky or on any other website, and we know that it's still going on. It's fucking insane.
It's
You there?
absolutely insane.
Okay. All right. I was gonna say, where are you? Chat, probably about about 10 minutes. We'll actually cover some classic books. Really quickly, you saw the stuff for the Rippaverse digitals, right?
I have opinions. Most of them are positive.
Okay. Well, I was gonna say, say them for. I just want to know if you've gotten any of them, or you plan on it, because it's only up for a limited time.
Okay. Here's the issue.
Okay.
Issue. They are selling some of the books at a price that I don't think is worth it. If you think about how the industry manage the prices of digital comics, right? Some of them are between $15 and $20.
Yes,
That
I think
is
it's
stupid.
around 15.
Sorry, that is really stupid. I know the whole package was $17.99.
Yes,
Or something like that.
Yeah.
That is around that.
One is Saints and Sinners at 15.
But here's my issue. If you are not giving me a physical medium, whatever you are selling me needs to be heavily discounted. Because all the things that normally you will have to pay to make that comic get into my hands, there. And I'm willing to pay you a bit extra, but not a whole 100% of whatever you will have to normally use to make the comic be on my hands extra for. So if you are going to sell me a comic that is $20 on paper for $20 digital, that's your mistake. Be maybe even $10 I will accept. But if you are keeping almost the same price, no, that's not it. But there's a couple of comics that are $5 or less that as soon as they are out will be with me, because, well,
3 of them are $5 right now. The 2 zines and the first Isom are $5 right now. The first one.
Yeah.
3 or 5.
Isom number 1 is already paid.
Yeah.
They just have to send it. I know.
They gotta send it. Okay.
Yeah. No, I put my money where my mouth is. I told them, if you sell digital, I will buy it. But the only one that I can say I can buy digital without thinking I'm kinda getting rid of is the ones that are around $5, less than 10. You go up from 10 on a digital comic. Come on, man. Don't be that greedy.
I don't know. I don't know how that stuff works. I don't personally have that type of attachment, but hey, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel, homie.
Yeah, but the fact that they are doing it is great. I love the idea. I love being able to actually buy something from the Rippaverse. Let me buy it properly. That's it.
I guess you'll have to take it up with them. I mean, for me, if I have that access, I wouldn't care about the price.
Metrics.
For me, I don't care. But if you care, that's fine.
I will tell you. In a couple of months after they have done this sale and they know the numbers, they will notice if an issue because it was cheaper sold more or less, and they will adjust the market.
Yeah,
right. That's capitalism.
Possible.
That's good.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm just fast tracking to there because, well, every single company had to come to the same realization at one point, and that's why most comics are between $10 and $5 on digital.
Mm-hmm.
Just saying.
No, I get it. I mean, some people price is a priority for life. For me, if I want something, I want it now. That's my mode. When I want some now, I'm a fuck the price. As long as it's not overly expensive, I don't really give a rat's ass. I've always made the care because I know my buddy Student God. I don't know if he's out there, but he tends to usually make a fuss within like chats, and he'll say, "Oh, well, this is cheaper here." I'm like, "Oh yeah, but why is it cheaper?" And I'm sorry if you're out there, but I'm not using this as a way of saying bad thing. I'm just painting an example that, well, it's cheaper for a reason. You don't get the let's just say certain things that come with the thing. So let's just say insert book by, let's just say hypothetical name Billy Tucci. Well, because it's, or let's say, actually, let's do Dracula from Matt Wagner and Kelly Jones. He'll say, oh, it's cheaper at the comic store. I'm like, well, you gotta look at why it's cheaper. Because if you got into Kickstarter version, one, it's a hardback version versus the comic shop, which is a softcover. Also, in the hardback version on Kickstarter, you get like the extra notes and all the little perks. Whereas you buy in the paperback, what's it called? You just get the story. And if you're looking at, well, I got ripped off. I mean, you really didn't. If you got the same exact perks with the same exact book, then yeah, I would say, yeah, that's a rip off. But if you're getting the same exact item, just on a smaller format,
oh yeah,
I personally, I don't care. But, and all I'm just saying, I know some people, price is a big thing. For me, I guess it's all a personal thing is all I'm trying to get at. Jim Lee should know it's the whoop. A guy like that will never have the sack to admit that. He made, once upon a time, he is a really reliable, good artist, but he will never admit that. And now I'm going to add something to that. As bad as that stuff is, it's far from the only thing causing a problem with the industry. Far from it, as bad as that is. Because here's the thing, not all the comics is bad as Marvel and DC. When I still take my occasional sneak peek in them, that's not the only issue. Like I said, that's a part of it, sure, but it's not the cause of it. It definitely, it attributes to it. There's so many other issues. Page count, print. Yeah, thank you, student. Page count, print deal. That's a big one too. The page count, what you get for what they charge, that's a big one, student. Like the fact that they have less pages, charge more, and then the obsessive events, the debts that are a shock, and nothing changes until the next event. There's a number of factors. It's a domino effect. There's a whole line of reasons. What the biggest one is, I don't know if I could personally put that one out. I'm not going to be the guy who's going to pick out the one that I'm attached to the most because I feel like all of them have contributed to it. Whether it's the variant gimmicks, the obsession with the variant covers where you order 400 copies to get one copy of one comic, little things like that. Every little thing has added to another thing to create another problem. There is so many things. Then, of course, there's all the creatives that they let in who had nothing to do with comics, who really didn't want to take an interest in the actual medium. I could go all day. We've already been down this road. I'm far from the first. Hell, I'm probably like, there's probably been 5,000 people on YouTube who have covered what's going wrong. I'm not saying anything you haven't heard. All I'm getting at is that it's a problem, but it's far from the only problem. You can even go then into the continuity. You can go into a lot of the art. There's so many reasons. Honestly, if I was to get into every reason why, we would just be doing the same stream that everyone else has done about it. As great as this event, like I already had my moment earlier, I'm not going to go down that road again because there's no reason to right now. There's really just no reason to. I know people like hearing the same thing over again, but unfortunately, you're not going to get that from me. If you do, you caught a moment in time, like earlier, me ranting about Jim Lee. But that's it. That's it. I don't care. I don't make it a thing. I applaud those who do it and do it well, do it obsessively, and you make money from it. Hey, once again, capitalism. Sure, great, awesome. But for me, I want a book, and when I want it now, I want it now. I apply that same logic with the pizza. I'm always the guy who will pay more for the pizza that I want because when I want it, I fucking want it. Anyways, the common nerd is here, and sir, how are you doing?
I am good, and all I will say is fuck Jim Lee, and I'll leave it at that.
Yep.
I like that. And leaving it at that is good. We don't need to. That's what I mean. We've gone down this road before.
Yeah.
We can go into
I still had
lightly,
fun
but there's
doing my
nothing
DC.
bad.
No, I still had fun doing my DC beat the living crap out of Marvel and comic book sales video, but that's just because I'm a DC fanboy. It's not like I'd actually read most of the shit. But like, yeah, no, fuck Jim Lee. That's all that really needs to be said. That bastard deserves every bit of ire he's going to get in the history books. So,
oh God,
yeah.
History will damn him for this, and
100%.
rightfully freaking so. All right,
Yeah,
let me
100%.
bring this bastard down because
Whoa.
we got the dudes here. Cass won't
We do
be
have the
here
dudes
tonight
here.
because he's got stuff. But chat,
That's okay.
this
We
is
love
to all of
Cass.
you guys. All right, thank you guys
Cheers.
for being here. Appreciate that. We're gonna talk some classic Spidey and F4, and then we're gonna do some unboxings. So to that, I say 3 huge words. Are you ready?
Oh, it's not that.
Salute to all of you. Cheers.
Salud. Today I'm having Fioravanti. It's one of these weird brands that Coca-Cola purchased around Latin America. The fun thing is that because of the existence of this brand, we have an slur here. So, yep, Fioravanti is the source of Fiora Bestia. That basically means you are an asshole.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Well, guys, I'm ready to get into some. Should we start with F4 or Spider-Man? What are you guys thinking?
Spider-Man.
Fuck it. Let's get into the amazing
I'm
Spider-Man.
down.
then.
Let's do Spider-Man.
Spider-Man
Let's
UK.
do it.
Quite literally.
Yeah.
Spider-Man UK.
Yeah.
Spider-Man UK.
When
Fucking
Spider-Man
bastards
is
just
in
ripped this off for
the
No Way
UK,
Home.
quite literally.
I was laughing.
Make it tell with the news about MTG going around. Oh, you want to go in very, very quickly while I get the link up about
Okay.
that?
There's a lawsuit. The lawsuit is huge. Basically, it's because the investors, the shareholders on the company of Hasbro, say you are selling too many sets, too many cards at one time, and that is increasing right now the sales, but is decreasing the worth of the brand in the long term.
Well, it's worse than that because they lied about inventory.
Exactly. So it happens that they had a set that was not legally playable, that was for their 30th anniversary of Magic the Gathering. Well, apparently they knew that it was selling so poor that they just told investors it's sold out. They collect every single bit of the product and throw it in a landfill.
Yeah.
And by the way, that has happened with other products on the Secret Layer line, including one of the cards was supposed to be worth thousands of dollars because it's an LGBT special that was gone the same day that they start selling it. That indeed, if you have one of those cards, are really pricey because almost nobody
They
else
burned
have
all the
them
rest of them
because they are on a landfill. So you can say you have something actually really pricey, not for the reason that you thought it was pricey.
Oh God!
And
Somebody at that landfill sitting on a fucking gold mine.
Dude, the only issue is that those Black Lotuses, Black Lotus, a normal Alpha Black Lotus, good quality, is like $30,000. A pristine one is like $300,000. Right? And one, I think it was 9.8, graded 9.8 or 9.9, sold for $3 million.
Woo!
So those are really expensive cards. If you get one of those proxies from the landfill, you cannot play them. Therefore, it's worthless. You can print them at home.
That's fucking great.
So yeah, if they stop them from printing that much, because this week was the pre-release for Lorwyn, I didn't go because I didn't have money. Same happened with Avatar last month, and same has happened with almost every set because they are releasing a set almost each month, a month and
Jesus.
a half, almost, because they have extra sets and shit. Dude, I won't pay for you to keep printing shit that nobody plays. On the last, on this set, there's like 10 cards that are worth something. Everything else is
Man,
garbage.
Pablo, you got a rant on this one. I was saying really quick, but go on, finish up.
Finish it up, Pablo. This is the Reader's Digest
Basically,
version,
that's
buddy.
it. Dude, the sets, there's some great cards that people will use in competitive and on casual, and they will love it. The rest is shit that nobody will buy, and you get your folder. You buy a box, you get your folder full of garbage cards that you will never be able to change for anything or sell. You're fucked, but you're still spending even more money because a box used to be $100. Now it will be 150. It used to come with enough boosters to play a format that is called draft. No, they even come with enough boosters to play a draft. So you're fucked. You're paying more, getting less. No of the things that you are actually getting you will be able to turn into profit or actually play. And scalpers are buying everything that is worth something. So instead of having a $10 card each set, you are having $100 card each set because you have to buy them from scalpers. Unless they have that card on a secret layer, and then the secret layer will be also scalped to hell. So yeah, if they lose the lawsuit, I will be really happy. If they don't lose the lawsuit, at least I want to see everything that comes out of Discovery, because as these past 48 hours have shown us, when you get things to the public, things get really fun real fast.
Okay, let's move forward.
Yes.
So, ASM number 95. We are now, I guess you could say we're now officially at the countdown to 100. So, if I had to summarize this issue in one sentence, of course, I'll expand a little bit upon it. We'll leaving room for you both. This issue gives us a lot of what we've seen, but with a few twists thrown into the mix to keep it fresh. Familiars, obviously, Stanley still writing. John Romita Sr. still drawing again as he's been on his run of issues following Gil Kane. Awesome. We get Spidey in a situation where he wins and he loses. Great. Outstanding Art from Romita Jr. Great. A lot of great action, fast-paced story. Absolutely killer. What we get different, though, is the fact that what is the outcome of the win-lose situation. Because in New York City, for all intents and purposes, we all know how he gets received in New York City from the people, from J. Jonah Jameson. However, this issue tends to give us a bit of a different touch on how things are perceived in London. And even though that's great for Spider-Man, it's bad for Peter Parker, a.k.a. when he wins, he loses. Now, I did like how it led to all this from him, Rosie, being broke up over Gwen, going to Robbie, and Robbie, hey, we actually need someone. Can you go get some photos down there? By the way, Perry, you didn't get those photos unless you did it off panel. Where's those photos for Robbie and Jonah? Jonah had some great moments here. The very few panels he had were absolutely batshit hilarious. Absolutely love that. And to see Peter want to go over there to win, try to, convince Gwen that, hey, I'm still here for you, yada, yada. The stuff that we know. If you're here, you know what we're getting into. But, of course, he runs into trouble as he lands, and there's issues with some politicians. It doesn't get political. They just mention the figures and that they've been kidnapped by some bad guys. And, well, because, power and responsibility. So I guess you could say, once again, a trope of the power and responsibility trope plays in here. Even though he has something he came to the UK for, he put responsibility aside to achieve this thing because he does whatever it takes to save everybody at the end of the day. He doesn't go through too much of a challenge, but it is entertaining of enough of a challenge because of the architecture. The buildings aren't as tall, and because there's some distance between some of them, whistling is different, and because of the way he has to, there's a cool, clever way into how he has to defuse a bomb and still save the day. Really cool, really fun, and how he goes about all that. And then, of course, the accolades he receives at the end in a newspaper in London, which is something he would not get in a newspaper in New York City. Really cool. So maybe one can argue it doesn't move the story forward, but do I feel like this was necessary to show? Actually, yes, I would say it was necessary because it shows you that somewhere out there in the world, someone does appreciate the work you're doing. It may be cruddy for you at home, but out here, you got some love out here, which I thought was a really cool touch to show you somewhere out in the world. We see your actions, and it's freaking awesome, and that's cool to see because doing this type of thing, it's a thankless life for him. It can weigh you down, stress on you. And you need to have that little thing there to bring it back up. I would say that is super duper necessary. So I feel like for character stuff, I feel like this was really excellent for character stuff. And for Gwen, well, it's bad that she knows that Spider-Man is out there because, well, if she sees Peter there, well, this is where the wins and loses comes from because now he can't show himself there and try to win her back because if he does, she might make that connection and he is fucked. So I would actually say it's a really good issue. Even though it didn't move the story forward, I feel like it was really necessary of an issue. And I would actually go, we don't do ratings here, but it's just me because it's a habit. I give this a strong 8.1 out of 10. What say you, the common nerd?
Well, I think one of the things I like about this, because I know you said like you were talking about how like it didn't move the story forward, considering everything that's happened, and given I haven't read the last couple of issues because I've been so busy, but reading this one and knowing the general story because of where we're going and everything else, because we know these stories of Spider-Man, it's one of those situations where it's probably a good thing to have a little bit of a quote unquote breather. I guess after Gwen just finding kind of coming to the realization.
You skipped issues.
I mean, I didn't have I was kind of busy. I had a birthday party. All right. I got 3 birthdays in freaking January. All right. Give me a break.
Woo!
Yeah. My wife's and my 2 youngest. I have one. I have the 5th, the 15th, and the 22nd, dude. But I know, so I know what happens and that's the cool part about this too, is you can jump into this issue and get a feel of exactly what happened in the issue past. Especially if like, say you missed a few issues in between things, you can jump into this issue and enough's talked about that you can kind of figure out exactly where everybody is in this current situation. And so I think it's probably a little bit of a good thing that you have a little bit of a breather episode. Let the Gwen Stacy Peter thing kind of just pause for a second. Let it have a moment to breathe. Let everybody kind of figure out where they're at. And, so you get that kind of stuff. And so I love a lot of those kind of personal moments. But before I get into the personal moments I like, because of the fact that you have this on screen right now, holy shit. Holy shit, Mary Jane.
Oh.
I love the Indian costume. And yes, it's a fucking Indian costume. Kiss my ass. I love the Indian costume. Yeah,
she's
like
from the 60s. She's just
I love it.
She will smell weird, but you will enjoy it.
No, dude, yeah, like I love the hippie little Indian outfit. I absolutely love it. Holy shit, looking great. Talk about knowing how to draw the female form back in the day. Holy cow. Just absolutely gorgeous. So yeah, and all I could think was as I was reading this was like, fuck, I gotta get Mrs. Common Nerd an outfit.
You're missing the real key panel here. That's great that you want to acknowledge all that, but I gotta throw this in there.
Sure.
When J. Jonah Jameson says he talks about not just Spider-Man. I hate loudmouth students.
The loudmouth students.
But I even hate when they're quiet. I died laughing so much from that. All right, carry on.
Well, and I loved it too because he's literally talking about Peter. Like in both cases, like he hates Spider-Man because he would consider Peter a loudmouth teenage, a loudmouth student, right? He would totally consider Peter that, even though he's really not. He's actually kind of quiet and stuff like that. One of the other things that really stood out to me in this issue too was I love where Peter has his human moment, right? And he acknowledges it right after it happens. Like I think all of us have done. And that brunette's really fucking hot too. I love that outfit. And I love how much attention.
I actually thought it was originally Gwen with a wig trying to be in disguise.
I did too. No bullshit. I did too. I thought the exact same damn thing. I thought the exact, because I was like, why do they put so much detail into this one random brunette female on the streets of London?
Also,
And then it didn't come to anything in the issue. So I'm like, well, shout out, guys. You just made a really hot brunette in London for the sake of making a really hot brunette in London because somebody felt like drawing one. And I can, as a dude, I can appreciate that.
Think about this. Every single time you see a female character that is changing her view on the world, she's trying to get away from something, even in real life. What do normally women do when they change a phase on their lives?
Hair color.
They
like
paint their hair or they cut their
Get a
hair.
haircut,
God damn it,
yeah.
I don't know why, but every single woman that I know, they break with their boyfriend, new hair color. They change something on their life. They cut their hair. I don't know, but there's a whole industry on that. So but somebody's getting money.
Right. So yeah, so no, I did, Nick. I thought the same thing because I was like, this is such a random person that they put so much detail in it to make her like the forefront and looking as hot as she did. I thought that was great. But the human moment that I was talking about was when Peter snaps at the inspector, right? Because this is London, so they're inspectors, not detectives. So when he snaps at the inspector and he realizes he shouldn't have, right? Because he's so used to being treated like crap by the cops in New York City. Not all of them, but some of them. And obviously by J. Jonah Jameson, his boss, and everything else, right? So he's used to having this negative reaction of people responding to him. And so he snaps at this inspector who he flat out realizes as soon as he's done with it, he's like the guy with, and like Nick said, the guy that's appreciating what he's doing because the inspector sees everything that happened. He hears the reports from everybody on the scene. He actually gets all of the information before he makes a judgment call about this masked vigilante that's hanging out in his city. Right. So I love that. I love seeing that human one because we've all been there, right? We've been frustrated. We're irritated about something else. We're carrying our own baggage and we snap at somebody that didn't deserve it, right? Somebody that was either just trying to be nice or somebody that just happened to catch you at the wrong moment that was just trying to do something. And we've all been there. And I love seeing that because it's so relatable. And I was like, that's just phenomenal. Of just, a brief little moment thing, but something that every single person out there can relate to within the storytelling, which is one of the things that makes these characters so timeless is everybody can relate to that. Anybody, any situation, whatever background you've been through, we've all been there. And that's one of the things that just makes these stories timeless. And so that's what I loved about it. And that's one of the things I loved about that. And then, of course, the whole Gwen Stacy thing. I love their whole relationship and all the drama and everything else. And it's like it's like even knowing what I know and knowing what the rest of us know, it's still like I'm just like, yeah, come on. I'm Team Clobby, dude. I'm Team Gwen. I'm with Clobby on that one, and the 100% Team Gwen, dude. Yep. But it's still like there's a lot of fun in this. There's a lot of action. I love the comic book trope, right? They've got them tied to the bell inside Big Ben. Right. That's such a comic book thing. There is no actual criminal gang out there that's going to kidnap an ambassador and his son and tie them inside of a bell tower. OK, that's only shit that happens in comic books because we have real examples of ambassadors getting kidnapped and shit. Go ahead.
Also, doesn't the Big Ben has a military installation inside of it?
Wow, in Doctor Who it does.
No,
that's the Tower of London. You're thinking of the Tower of London.
No. After the raids.
I have no idea. Well, I'm sure
they did.
There's a bomb shelter in there, I'm sure. I don't know. You have to look it up. I have no idea. It wouldn't surprise me. You may be right. Bob Lowe, are you still alive?
Yeah, I'm looking for that because.
Oh, he's looking it up right now. That works.
Yeah, they were.
Oh,
go ahead.
So I like that's such a comic book trope. And I just absolutely love that so much. It's great. And so Peter gets to be the hero, but like you said, he wins and he loses because when he should go to Gwen is exactly when he thinks he shouldn't because he think it'll hurt her more when it's exactly when she needs him. And it's one of those other things too. It's like probably at some point you've been in a relationship situation like that with somebody too, which is also like a lot of fun. Like these guys are drawing from like real life examples of problems and just giving you it's a comic books in a lot of cases, especially good ones, are dramas with the superhero dress with superhero window dressing, right? Every good comic book story at its heart is a drama. And it's just the god you just suit it up with superheroes, and it works out great because that gets the Spider-Man's the hook. The interpersonal relationships and the action are probably what keep you around, right? A lot of these stories, if all of these stories were just constant action back to back, just superhero, villain of the week, and there was nothing going on in the background, you'd get bored really quickly. Right? You'd get really bored really quickly, but you've got to have some of that kind of stuff to tie the stories together to give you that overarching story. And this stuff is just done so well in this era. So I loved a lot of this. This is absolutely an excellent issue. Is not filler at all, is exactly when you need it to be. And yeah, the art's fantastic, as all of the art from this era is. The girls look gorgeous. The characters look awesome. And you can see that is clearly a little kid with detail on it. Unlike some of the horrific Fantastic Four art that we've seen in some of these other issues.
God, yeah.
So it's like, so these guys actually knew how to draw, and just seeing Peter in a different place and in a different city and seeing everybody's reaction is always fun. So I really enjoyed this one. This is a lot of fun from beginning to end.
By the way, I finally have an answer. There's just surveillance stuff because, it's in the area of the House of Common Security and the Parliament Security. So it's a lot of,
it's just because a bunch of politicians and dignitaries are running around there all the time. Yeah, that makes sense.
All right. So Pablo, let's go over your thoughts on this issue, then we'll transition over to F4. Then we're going to do some unboxings.
I have a lot of good things to say about this issue, man. Let's begin with classic Parker look. He goes into another country, and the plane that he was in has a bomb. Yeah.
What are the chances?
Very Parker lock. Very Parker lock.
Very
Parker lock.
I will normally try to say this is too unrealistic, but with this character, so goddamn. Actually, if he went on the plane and nothing happened, I will be worried. I will be thinking something even worse is going to happen. They don't get too much into politics. They just go into a bit of saying that somebody has been taken, and the bad guys apparently are trying to leverage kidnapping and more terroristic actions to free their people. So we don't know much, but this is a dangerous organization. They must have some letting centers or something. Sorry, what? I mean,
leering centers. They're leering centers.
Leering center.
I have.
By the way, what's up, Mohammed? Said, good to see you, buddy. Nice to see you in the chat, hang out, and welcome to the show, Eric D. Red on Rumble. Thank you guys for being here. Appreciate appreciate you both being here. Carry on, Mr. Pablo.
Okay. At the beginning, when Spider-Man is having to talk with the detectives, or what's the correct term on the UK?
Inspector.
Okay. When they are talking, he's talking with the inspectors. They are like, we have tabs on you. We have a record of you, not as complete as we will want, but we know that you are being in the run out of late and everything. They still don't do shit about the Spider-Man, let's be honest. They are just like, we maybe think you're a criminal, Go ahead. I love that. Uh, I love when police on comics is incompetent. I just don't like it when they are also incompetent on real life. But in this case, I'm really overjoyed with the solution. It's just like, yeah, let him go. We will see if he commits a crime. We will get him. Okay. Uh, Spidey is just going around, and there's just awesome shots of London, and then just action. If you didn't notice, there's a few pages that is just action. After he finds the car, it's just him fighting, him disabling the bad guys, and him saving people. The only small moment of, let's say, non-action on everything is when he's trying to set up the camera, but also he gets shot for trying to set up the camera. So there's absolutely no rest. Those panels are full of action, full of greatness. And you will think that all this, including when Stacy seeing him through the window, was just kind of filler to explain how he gets there until the end. When the people that when Stacy is staying with watch the news and they are like, but he's been a hero. He's helping people. Are you sure he's not a good guy and you misunderstood everything? And then when Stacy goes like, my father says something about that, and yeah, he was like, maybe Spider-Man is not a bad guy. If only Peter was here to tell me what to do. Well, I have news for you.
I got news for you.
I'm
Doesn't
glad
mean
you
good.
want that because, well, that's what you are getting. And yeah, that moment when Spider-Man snapped, I don't want people to die because of me, is really profound. Because again, Spider-Man is full of guilt of this. And you will see later that, especially after when Stacy's dead, his feelings about what happened with Captain Stacy go from it was something bad that happened around me to it was something bad that happened because of me. He turns everything into this shame. He blames himself for everything that goes wrong around the Stacy family. And this is a good moment, although normally you will know that, well, he's a Spider-Man, he's not a bad guy and everything. For a Spider-Man, he's still in doubt if he's really a good guy. He knows he's doing the right thing. He's doing something for good. But there's always this shame about his past, right? And only the reader knows that he doesn't need to feel that shame, but the character does and is always with him. And this moment of that just breaking out of this person of I'm in control, I'm a hero, I'm trying to save people, and go, I just don't want people to die because of me. It's great. That's character development without going too overboard, without turning Peter into a Nemo. He's just consumed by guilt, like any person would, like any police officer that has been on a shootout would. People die when you are trying to save them. You will blame yourself for it. And having to carry that and seeing Spider-Man carry that is something that makes the character special, right? That is
Agreed.
that bit of shell shock that you don't normally get because they are too worried about being not mean, but portraying it in a bad way. But no, yeah, this is how it feels. This is exactly how it feels. I'm glad that they have a panel like that. And also, yeah, he obviously takes the camera because the camera has a lot of pictures. Also, cameras are expensive, so even if I'm a hero and I'm trying to escape the police, I will take my time with this. And even if I'm fighting the bad guys, I will still get the pretty shots because I need the moolah.
Need the moolah. You right? Nah.
This issue was good, was really
It was
good. The
good. It
setup, the
was
flow,
really good.
everything, man.
Which I actually kind of consider that this issue is kind of a bit of an accomplishment in the sense that it's so far late in the game that while it didn't move the story over, it still had so much merit to it. So you gotta take that all things considered. So imagine how much more someone will like this if this is their first issue. We appreciate it even with everything we've seen and knowing what we know, and we know that it doesn't move the story forward, but we do get to see something that is a nice touch on something that we have kind of seen before, a new spin on things per se. I thought that was really cool, and I felt it gave a little bit of refreshment amidst all the familiarity we were seeing.
Nah, man, it's good to have issues like this.
It is. I feel like this was a very necessary issue, and I feel like it doesn't give the, let's just say, proper respect that it deserves. I'm sure it does in general, but compared to the other issues, it definitely deserves its place in the echelon of things. But we gotta transition quick into Fantastic Four number 584. So let's get in on it. And so this issue, I'm gonna be quick because I want to let you guys have so we can get into unboxing. So we do got time to meet. So I am very time conscientious. So I'll put it this way. Doesn't move the story. Once again, another issue where a story doesn't move too forward, but was it a necessary issue because of what happens in the issues? Yes, and yes. Steve Epting's art's pretty good. Kind of not too wild on his Susan Storm faces. Once again, we have a face issue, even though he's dramatically better of a style than the guy before the Edwards guy. But story-wise and mostly art-wise, I was still very entertained by this particular issue. So I like how Ben, a few issues back, he learned about how he could have this, his rock skin coming undone for a week and for every year for a week. And if I comes undone in this issue and Johnny's like, you know what? We should go out for a night on the town. Let's do that. And Ben's like, that sounds great. And they do everything together, which is really cool. They go for a walk in the city. They go to a football game.
I'm walking here.
It's really cool to see them just being guys. They even go to a bar, and at bar they're at a table sitting, and it looks like they're with Stanley and Jack Kirby, which I thought was really cool. And there's also, before they're doing all that, they saw everyone at the Baxter Building watching TV, and it looked like they were watching one of the Iron Man movies on the TV as well, which I thought was cool. I was like, oh, that's cool. Too surprised like that. And the guys even get into a little fight with regular guys too, which is cool to see. Just like not them having to use their powers, just kind of being pure Johnny Storm and Ben Reed. A night on town, get into a fight late at night in New York City. It's really cool stuff. And then on top of it, Ben meets up with the lady of his dreams, Alicia Masters. And Ben finally gets, she's like, oh, hold up, Ben, there's something very different about you. I recognize that voice, but you feel different. And, well, for a guy who's very innuendo driven on his dialogue, he gets to manage to have a night where he gets lucky in his human form, and Johnny's kind of his cheerleader on that.
I have questions.
Oh, I'm sure you have questions. I'm almost done. And we're happy for Ben. I'm happy. The world's happy. You should all be happy. I'm very happy for them. And then meanwhile, amongst that, Sue takes off because she's handling business. Reed is working on his technology. And the surfer drops by to bomb drop. And then you think right when the surfer bomb drops, an even bigger bomb drops on top of the Silver Surfer bomb drop. Left with a hell of a damn cliffhanger. So once again, even though it didn't move the story forward, it was really well done on what it was trying to tell. So another great issue, just for very different reasons. Unlike ASM, still equally entertaining, just for very different reasons. Pablo, sir, I'm going to let you have at it with this particular issue to start, my man.
Okay, I have questions about Ben's green biology, and this is going to be really important. You know that normally he's rock hard, right? Here's the issue. How did they fucked before? Because if you see his fingers, they are the size of, well, a baseball bat. They are that girthy. How about the other things on his body? Because I know it's going to be orange and rocky, but well, it's texturized for her pleasure and everything, but is she taking yoga classes? Is she stretching well before? Because something is going to break. I'm just saying, is no, I'm really serious. He has been in this relationship for how long? And you are telling me that this is the first time that they have sex? Okay. If not, how did they? And if is, well, that woman is a saint. About the story in general, there's some really great things. Obviously, we see more of Reed being detached. We see Johnny that actually the art for Johnny is really weird. He looks way older now. From the past issues to this is like 20 years of difference. So, okay. But even if you don't pay attention to the art, Johnny is Johnny. Here, Johnny is Johnny. He is just like, you have your body back. You know what? We need to go smoke, have some booze, hang out with the guys, and enjoy yourself as much as you can. So they go and play poker with Spider-Man and Wolverine. Just a thing, I don't think that Nick Fury is a person that you want to really play poker against. The guy is really good at hiding things. He always has an ace under his sleeve. So yeah, I will not say that he's the best to play poker against. Then finally, a reckoning. We have been waiting for something to happen. They have been going back to the Galactus Corps a lot. So we were waiting to see whatever is going to happen. The Silver Surfer is angry about what happened. So the real question is what's going to happen now? Because, well, the Silver Surfer has an ability that most people don't really release that he has. He can just pump a lot of cosmic energy into anything, including Galactus himself. And Galactus is dead. Not anymore, though. So now we have an angry Silver Surfer, Galactus. Namor is trying to bank Sue as always, so well, that's not new. And Doom has everything on the multiverse. It's a great setup. Didn't happen much on the issue, but them is a great setup.
It's a very fun issue. We get a little less sci-fi. It is dialogue driven, but it was nice to have Ben have a moment in his life where he got to be his normal self, and Johnny kind of reminded him that, hey, don't get too used to this, and he seems aware of that. But I love that we still had some humor Like this moment here where Johnny's like, "Oh, dude, you look even worse than ever." Ben's like, "Oh no, Breed said it would." Oh, you're just fucking with me. There was still a lot of great heart to this issue. It was still very Fantastic Four in the family sense, maybe less in the sci-fi type of sense or the adventure sense, but in terms of the family aspect, and that even though Reed and Johnny fight like brothers, they still have a brotherhood amongst each other. And I thought that was really awesome that they showed it off in this issue because, yeah, they fight a lot, but they still really get along and respect each other and love each other like brothers. And I thought that for me being like a F4 fan, that was really cool for me. I think Pablo must have had it every. Okay, I was gonna say. I feel like you said your piece then.
Oh no, sorry, I was chewing
It's
something.
okay. Okay, you're good. You're good.
I have cookies.
Oh, do you? Me too. Me too.
Okay.
I got these.
I have tacos.
I got these sprinkle cookies that are like it's like birthday cake, and they're really damn good.
Okay. These cookies. Let me see if I can make. The issue with my camera is that it's hanging out of something because I broke the stand that used to hold the camera. Okay, these cookies.
I'm begging you really quickly.
Weird brand is basically just mandioca or cassava or yuca, however you want to call it. That they take away the starch and turn it into these cookies. Just normal as cookies.
Hey, it looks delightful. That's all that matters to me. It looks delightful.
Not only the flavor, when you put them on your mouth, the way that it soaks the moisture, it almost empties the moisture around it. And you feel the granules breaking on your mouth and it just dissolves. That sensation is unique. These cookies are not only tasty, the experience of eating them is crazy good. I can explain. I have no way to really explain them until you try them. But these may be out of all the cookies that I have eaten. And remember, I used to be fat, so I have eaten a lot of cookies. This may be my top 3.
Ooh-wee! You hear
It's
that,
cheap.
guy? Top 3.
It's cheap. It's incredible. The taste, the texture, everything is just amazing. If you ever come to Ecuador, you need to taste this. Yeah, not sponsored. It's just I love them. I really love them.
I do too, just by the look of them. I do too.
Same.
Okay, so
it's wonderful.
I want to get into some, and maybe we'll get into a little bit more next week. Maybe I can't promise anything, but I want to get into this before. Actually, I want Common Nerd to have a say, but we gotta get into it because Andy Masterson, what's up, buddy? Rest in peace, Sabushima. I'm going to talk about that really quick after Common has a say on F4. And then after I will transition over to my unboxing is going to be like 10 seconds. So we'll do that. You know, some Sabushima, and then Common can unbox his box. So let's fucking go. Dude, tell us about your thoughts on this Fantastic Four comic.
So I enjoyed this a lot. I loved it. I love like the buddy brother stories. You know, it's like, it's one of them situations where like you don't get enough of this kind of stuff in any storytelling format. You really don't. Let alone modern day, because God knows we know how this would go in modern day. But like, I love this story because it's Ben finally getting the ability to just walk through a crowd without being noticed. And, you know, and as a guy that likes to stick out in a crowd, I wear a fucking bowler hat, right? Like I can get where you know, like you can understand that, you can relate to it. Like, even if you've never been that person, you know of Hollywood stars, right? You know of people that can't go anywhere without being recognized. And if you've got an empathetic bone in your body, you understand that has to suck at some point. right? It would get old. It would get boring. Anonymity is a blessing until it's a blessing until you don't, unless you don't have it, right? Like people don't understand that it is a blessing until you don't have it. Right. And so this is what he gets to experience. It's just him and his boy going out on the town. And I love that. I think it's absolutely fabulous. And it's so much.
Wait, what
There we
I
go.
have no idea what happened, but
Now we're back. There we go.
It's okay.
Now we're back.
We're back.
It's okay, boys and girls. Technical difficulties. We've got this. Don't worry about it. We're completely and totally 100% professionals. But it's one of them situations where like there's so much fun in this because it's just them going out and he gets to have a hot dog and, probably a beer at a baseball game without having everybody looking around. Because you could, like, as I was going through each one of those scenarios and scenes that they were in, I'm like, how would this scene play out differently if he was still Ben Grimm, if he was still the Thing? Right. And it's like going to the ball game, right? Everybody would be hounding him. Nobody would be paying attention to the ball game. Everybody would be looking at him and what's going on and everything else. And same thing in the restaurant, right? He would never be able to go and have a peaceful meal with Stan Lee. And, and oh God, I'm having a brain fart. Jack. Earlier, like they'd never be able to go and do that. That would never be a thing that could happen because every eye in that restaurant would be turned and be looking at him the entire time. So it's just such a beautiful thing. And then of course, fucking finally being able to get knocked and be able to, and whether or not they've been able to have any kind of relations prior to this or not, those questions aside, being able to finally knock it out without having to worry about anything, like actually being able to go balls to the wall without having to worry about getting your balls through her walls, like would be a great experience, man. Like you'd be able to finally just let go, right?
He slid it in without having to worry about any error.
Yeah. Does he shoot gravel at the end?
Once again, without asking any of those questions,
maybe Sam.
Like it's just great. Like you get to see that, and it's so appreciative. And then well, then that fucking mic drop at the end. I'm like, and I honestly have to admit, they have been really good about that with every one of these Fantastic Four issues that we've been reading. Like that last page, they just want to do, hey, by the way, fuck off. Here's what's happening in the next issue. Bet you can't wait to get it. And they do. And that's exactly what I'm like. I finished that page and I'm like, click on to the next one. I got to stop because if I start reading the next one, I'm going to get confused when I try to review this issue. Because that's exactly what I did in the past. And so I can't do that anymore. But like they're really, really good at that shit. And the art's got its issues. I've talked about this a million times until I'm blue in the face about how much I dislike this era of art from the comic book industry.
His face does not look good in this issue. Holy
no, like the shapes and the muscle texture and Susan's boobs can still look good and whatever, and that's fine. But overall, especially going from a Spider-Man to this, you're like, this art is fucking trash, dude. Like it just legitimately is. It is not. It does not even hold a candle. Well, I know, and I know stuff gets worse later on and things like that. But like even this shit does not hold a candle to what we just experienced in a comic from the 60s. You know what I mean? And I'm sorry, art should have gotten better. Every one of you bastards out there should have been studying at the feet of the masters that were doing stuff in the 60s and the 70s and the 80s. Instead, you fuckers found MS Paint and wanted to get fucking lazy. And that's exactly what this kind of art style bullshit represents. And I fucking hate it. I don't like it. It's trash. It's lazy. And although this story is a lot of fun and I really enjoy it, once again, the dialogue is still very surface level. Everything's watch what happens on this panel instead of having any like significant dialogue and significant conversations that matter just to the limited amounts. You got a lot done and it didn't feel rushed and had a lot of people say a lot of things in that last ASM issue. And you go to this and there's still dialogue, but it's limited and they still tell a story, but there's not the depth that you feel with other things. But still being said, I really enjoy this run, and it's got a great cliffhanger that just makes me want to find out what's going on in the next issue. Doesn't take away from the fact that the art sucks and the comics got less dense, and I don't like that. Overall, you might like that. You might be fine with that. I don't. I want my comics dense. So there you go.
Amazing how much the good writing has carried a lot of the story. Like of the 3 artists we have had, only Dale Eaglesham was the one good artist of the 3. The one Edwards guy was not good. He had some moments. This guy, obviously, Epting is better, but nowhere near still on the caliber of Eaglesham. And we're still having face issues the way we did with Edwards. Eaglesham, I feel like he was the only passable one, whereas Edwards and Epting are not good with the face, especially on women.
And I mean, even this panel right here, look at the back of Ben. Why doesn't he have a fucking neck? Right? He's not in Hulk form. He's in. Well, yeah, like it looks weird. You got like the back. Like, did none of these people study like anatomy in art school? Did like none of them look at naked muscular men and like how they actually look and shit? Or fuck, go to a goddamn muscle man competition. And look at what a jack dude like Ben should look like. This is it. Yeah.
Say, Jesse, have you ever seen a grown man naked?
Well, I've been to a lot of locker rooms.
I saw you strip down for that hot tub.
His dick's not small.
You have the biggest dick I've ever seen on a man.
Thanks.
I spent 6 weeks living with 50 other men and showering in communal showers. What do you think, Pablo?
Have you ever been in prison?
And if more people would have nitpicked, shit wouldn't have gotten as bad as what it's gotten now. If there would have been more anal retentive assholes calling them out for shit like this back when this stuff was going on, we wouldn't be in the disastrous dumpster fire that we currently find ourselves in. So you bet your sweet, sweet summer child ass I am going to nitpick everything about this, because guess what? They can do better, and they should do better. Do better, Senator. Like literally, we saw them do better 60 years ago. How is it that technology is improved? How is it that I can get more information on a freaking piece of plastic the size of my pinky than you could house in an entire warehouse 40 years ago? How is it all of the rest of this shit has advanced so well, but our artists and our creatives have gotten fucking lazy as all shit? Because guess what? They think they fucking deserve your accolades, because every fucking one of those little bastards got a trophy for showing up and not shitting their pants in all of their activities in school. So guess what? You bet your ass we're going to be nitpicky, because they deserve to be nitpicked, because this shit that we're looking at and complaining about right here led to the reason why Marvel got outsold by every fucking DC comic that was released in 2025, and the DC comics suck too.
All right. Anyways.
All right, I'm done.
Anything else you want to add to this comic?
I was just waiting for you to get back on camera, honestly.
We do got to move along. We got to go.
But no, other than that, I love this issue. I really do. I honestly do like this issue and would recommend it to anybody that wants to read some good Fantastic Four. I really would. I holler and get angry and nitpick because I know they can do better, and I want them to be better.
Yeah, and you're right. I agree with you, by the way. I really genuinely 100% do agree with you. You're absolutely right on it. Well, guys, we lost a comics legend, and that deserves a moment of acknowledgement. I wish I could have gotten a little more. Unfortunately, I forgot, because that's on me. Thank you, Andy Masters, to bring up. Like many, this is my gateway to Sal Buscema, the late, great Sal Buscema, who was 2 days away from being 90. I know him from the Spectacular Spider-Man. This is my gateway issue, number 200. This is my gateway to him. And I obviously he was one of those styles where I immediately became recognizable. Became immediately recognizable of. I know he did some Maximum Carnage issues, He also did a lot of issues that were driven by Tombstone as well. Obviously, had some significance on the Green Goblin stuff. I know he did some stuff with the Hulk. To be fair, I'm not familiar with it, so I can't answer off that. But for Spider-Man, I mean, he was one of the first styles I noticed because even though I had my reissue of ASM #1 and the adjectiveless Spider-Man comics, I think Mark Bagley was doing it at the time. I was also getting myself familiar with Sabushima and this art style. And obviously, playing the Maximum Carnage video game, this was a style that became very recognizable to me very quickly. I know he had done some interiors and the covers for a lot of those issues as well. So he was a guy clearly had a big, significant impact on my learning visual styles right off the bat. When I started learning to pick apart styles somewhere between 8 and 11. I couldn't tell you the exact number, but it was within that margin. And I remember this style stuck out to me instantly, significantly. And this cover just grabbed me. I think I was living in, if you guys watch Svengoolie, he likes to name a certain town a certain way. He likes to say Berwyn. Well, I used to live in Berwyn, and there was a comic shop I would go to, and well, this was not a new issue when I got it. It was a back issue, but I just remember the cover really spoke to me. And I was like, damn, that is a cool cover. And of course, then I discovered, oh, hey, I think it was season 3 of the animated series. And that's when I was discovering Tombstone's episode, because he had a small role in season 2 and season 3. Tombstone had some more prominent stuff. And that was like, oh, hey, I'm at the comic shop and they have issues with Tombstone. Cool. Just a big name, very significant style. Obviously, he got his respect, thankfully. But like many greats, he could have deserved even more. So, to Sal Buscema, sir, thank you for being a part of my upbringing and my favorite medium of entertainment, my favorite fictional character of all time. You had a very distinct, memorable style, and I am grateful for your gateway to your style with Spectacular number 200. To Sal Buscema, thank you.
Salud.
Okay. A few weeks back, I think, if it was more than that, if you're out there listening, I apologize. I just got to this now. Mr. Sean Estep, he sent me a package, and because my life is late on everything, I get around to things late. Sean, you're the man. You send me badass shit. I'm going to big in really quickly. Dude, holy shit. Dude, how to pick antiques like a pro. Come on.
That's great.
Not worthy of this, but I will welcome this. And I get a children's version of Thor and Loki. Oh, I know, right? I feel like I need to have another baby so I can do this.
I've been saying that for a little while, Nick.
Well, hey, if I was with a lady, I probably would have done that. I probably would have done that.
No worries, you'll find it.
This is the one that kind of hits, let's just say, closest to home for me, this next one.
Oh,
Dude.
God bless. Yes. Mm-hmm.
I don't need to say anything else. I don't need to say anything else. Sean.
Gotta. Sons of peace.
I'm going to be. Man, the first 9 issues, and this is my second or third format I have these stories collected in, which is fine for me. I will always welcome more. It gives me no reason to share these great stories. It's just, damn. Like Farouk said in the APA, damn! Damn! It hit. It fucking hit, dude. It fucking hit.
The fears.
I'm just... Sean, I'm going to email you probably tonight or tomorrow. I'm going to send you some stuff. I owe it to you, man. You're the man, dude. Thank you very, very. I can't wait to use this picker's guide, dude. I mean, I already have a mind for this stuff, So maybe this is going to teach me some shit that I don't know, because there's always something I don't know. I can't wait to see what this book picks me apart on what I don't know. So, the Common Nerd got a box from Mike Has Bad Knees. Should I be begging you for it? Or
Absolutely.
All right, guys, we're going to make the Common Nerd bigger. Just the way.
So Mike
like
has
it.
bad knees. Yeah, Mike has bad knees. Hopefully he's still out there. If not, he's going to catch this on the replay. But Mike ordered some stuff from the Rippaverse and then decided that he wanted to change the address and send it towards me. Now, initially, he told me the only thing he was getting me was the Isom Omnibus, so that way I could catch up. But this package came in the mail today. It just came in today, by the way, boys and girls. It just came in today. This thing weighs 10 pounds. I don't think there's... Yes.
Hey, package is really huge in your hands.
Oh, thank you, Nicholas. It's nice and warm out here right now because I have the space heater on, so the cold doesn't have me right now. You have a warm
package? That's very fitting.
I do. I've got a very warm package. It's beautiful. It's a warm package. So yeah. So there's obviously more in here than just the Isom Omnibus, but I have no idea what it is. So boys and girls, we're all going to find out together. But shout out to Mike Has Bad Knees, one of our brother veterans out there. Great dude. And another huge fan of the Rippaverse. So out there supporting, because you guys know the last couple of years I've been been really tight around here because I've been doing all of the online stuff full time. And obviously I'm not one of them big fancy channels that gets all that money off of ad revenues. I'm literally supported strictly by you guys. So holy shit. This is fucking cool.
Whip it out.
This is a Bloodroot plushie. Right? Look at that. We got the Bloodroot plushie. That is dope. That's going to go right up on the shelf.
I've had one since the first issue. It's a badass plushie. I'm glad you finally got one.
Dude, that is, it's so, the hair's really soft on it. I'm gonna have to keep this away from my daughters. I'll never get it back.
No, that is dope. Take it from you. It is.
That is so dope. That is so good. And I love it. You can say, I don't think I can't let the kids have that. Look at that outfit.
No, they're gonna want that.
No, that is great. Okay, so holy cow, that is great. So that's part of it.
Yeah.
All right, let's find out what's in this one. Damn it, I should have brought a proper knife out here, and I didn't because I'm not wearing the right pants. But that's okay. We can add other things.
You will use the knife in your pants.
Giggity. All right. That's okay. We've always another way. All right. Let's find out what this is. This is. Ooh, there we go. Saint and Sinners.
Yeah.
Oh, that is dope. To Catch a Killer.
Dude. It's good. You'll like it. It's a good story. It's a good short story, and it adds definitely to the. I would even read the articles from
the Ripazine.
Lillian and Michael, because the Lillian and Michael articles definitely have some hints and theories as to what's going on in the universe. So it's definitely one of my favorite zine issues.
That's dope. I need to get the rest of my zines because I've been one of the members that I can get the zines every time they do them. I just need to do it, and I haven't done it yet. Okay. Holy shit. Holy fuck. I take that back. Holy fuck. This is the omnibus that weighs so damn much.
Yep.
Holy God. This thing's huge.
Dude, I could think you even put your hand around it.
Oh, God. Okay, if you guys know what that like freshly printed book smell is, right? With like the plastic pages. This is literally, you can smell the ink. Like I can smell the chemicals from the fucking ink coming out of here. It smells like a brand new house inside. Oh my, it does. It literally smells like a brand new house. Oh my God. Like, you know, that for all the fresh paint inside of a brand new house, you know? Oh, fucking hell. This thing's fucking heavy. Jesus. Fuck. So this is years 1 through 3 of the omnibus. And this is obviously the hardback edition. So holy shit in hell. Mike, nice. I love you because I know what this thing costs, especially the hardback one. And brother, I fucking love you. Like, holy shit. Because like I haven't been able to keep up with like the Alpha Core stuff or any of that.
Oh, this is of all the stories that it has for that typical that big omnibus. But it's cool to see that, dude.
dude, like this is nuts. And I mean, it's really, I mean, it's, you
Mhm.
know, it's Rippaverse stuff. So it's obviously really high quality.
Year
but,
4 is gonna be
like,
2 of those. Yeah, no shit, dude. Right?
no,
Year 4
right? It's gonna be like Encyclopedia Britannica, except it's just gonna say Rippaverse on the side of it.
Oh, straight.
If any of you, or if any of you kids don't know what that is, that's what we had to use before Google was a thing. And if your parents loved you and wanted you to be educated, they'd make sure you get one. Or the salesman was really, really good. One of the two. Either way, it worked out. I read the whole damn thing. But God, yeah. Thank you, Mike. Holy shit, dude. Yeah, this is nuts. So it's literally got 1 through 3. I was hoping it had like a little appendix or something so I could read everything off that it had in here. But no, it literally starts off with all of the universe stuff. It starts off with, I think this starts off with Norfolka.
I don't think
it literally
is Norfolk in there.
Well, it's got.
Look at the listing.
Wait, who's this? It doesn't have. Is the listing on the back? Who's these guys?
On the very back of the. Yes, no, that's Norfolka. Yeah,
Yep.
shit, that
Right?
is. Yeah,
That's Norfolka.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've got Norfolka now.
Nice.
Yeah, it's got Xylon
Oh,
and all of that kind of stuff.
Nice. Yeah,
So,
Zaylen,
yeah, like-
Zaylen.
Zaylen, yes, thank
Yeah.
you, Zaylen.
That's a good one shot. I like Zaylen. What Kills Must Die. Yes, Vince. It's been 3.5 years, dude. I'm looking forward to. I think because if you look at the solicits for the zine number 5 or 6, they hint at a preview of Salvage. And that means I think there's going to be a collection coming soon for Salvage, and I can't wait for that.
No, yeah, this has literally got everything in here. It has released
Books.
over 20 major stories, including 4 Ripazine original short stories, an anthology collection of 6 additional short stories by a growing collection of writers, both new and old. The resulting fan response to our first release. So, yeah, it's literally everything over the past 3 years.
You know, books this big are really good for rising kids. Either they learn to read with these books, or if they misbehave, they are making laps around the yard while carrying a bunch of these books.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess I know what I'm doing for like
Oh,
the
you
next,
have reading
like,
for a few
couple
days,
of
man.
weeks. Like, I mean, holy, this, like I said, it's gorgeous. It's
It's
huge. It's massive. Nick, it's just so weighty in my hands. It's just,
I can tell. It looks
so-
really thick.
it's-
Like you're having trouble
it's-
putting your
it's-
hand around it.
it's so thick and it's so beefy. It's just massive. It's
What's
so
it like
huge.
to have a huge package in your hands like that? Like, do you
I
feel
mean,
like
I'm not sure I've ever had anything this big in my hands in my entire life. Not this weighty, not this condensed. I mean, you could literally knock a person out with this thing dead cold, 100%.
I
So, if
see
you've
you
never been
like
smacked in the
shaking
face
it.
by something- a lot. I shake it a lot. Well, it's mine, and I guess it's mine now, so I can shake it as much as I want, and you can't tell me anything otherwise about it. Oh God, look at this. Look at our girl. Look at our girl. Full page display. Holy God. So yeah. Shout out to Mike Has Bad Knees. I know we're on a time limit, but yeah.
no, it's
I
all
got-
good. No, you
I got
can throw
this.
these things off. That's good.
And our Ripazine. Like this is just this is glorious. So yeah. Shout out to Mike, because I mean these are just and there it is. There, the end of this is. I don't know how this works. I don't know how they've got it organized. I'm gonna have to look at their wiki or something. I don't know.
We'll just
It's
maybe
in
the way
chronological
listed on the
order.
back of the
It's in
book,
chron-
maybe the way it's listed on the back of the book might be the way it's listed in the thing. Well, how's it listed on the back?
It doesn't have anything listed in the back. It just
doesn't
tells
say-
you.
It doesn't have an index.
Well, it should have the titles.
Yeah.
So assume the way the titles are listed. Maybe assume that's how it's listed. That's how
Well,
it's
like,
in the book.
That's
So what
the
does it
thing. There's
list
not
first?
like an appendix.
Well, I'm not saying for an official appendix. Look at the actual back of the book, the actual back cover. Yes, look at that. See where it's listed. Where it lists all the
Yeah.
titles. Does it say Norfolka first?
It doesn't have like a list. It says you want a morally complex, Eric July, Cliff Richards, Joseph Bennett, Horsemen's, the Saska Splash Horror. It doesn't list them. It just says it's just giving you like giving you like a full like biography of like all the different stories and all the different like thingamabobbers, but it's not like
Okay,
multiple
and
lists
big
or
in it.
anything.
And big in it.
Yeah.
Okay.
See?
I'm looking right now. Yeah, you're right. It actually doesn't list all the titles. That's
But
interesting. Huh.
but if they're starting with Norfolka, that means it's got to be in
Maybe it's a
chronological order.
timeline. Yeah,
The-
it's a timeline.
Yeah,
thing.
it's a
That's way
timeline
back.
via the ISOM universe. Oh wow.
That's cool too. If they're doing by the
That's fucking
timeline,
entirely cool.
I think that's really killer how they're going about it.
That's gonna be
The ISOM
fascinating.
figures gonna be shipping.
Oh
soon. I
yeah,
can't
because
wait.
it's got all of
I
the
ordered
yeah.
one.
After Norfolka, it's got the war of separation.
Oh, okay, yeah. Timeline. Hey, that's cool. Do it by timeline.
That is because it's Zaylan.
yeah.
And did you say it's Zaylan, right? It's pronounced Zaylan.
Yeah, Zaylan.
Yeah, so it's Norfolka, Zaylan, and then the War of Separation. So yeah, it's literally in chronological order via the Rippaverse. That's actually kind of because this now confirms chronological order of the Rippaverse.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of something too, because that tells you exactly where Norfolka and where Zaylan falls into the timeline. The Zaylan stuff all happens even before the War of Separation on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
That's fascinating.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. So yeah, holy shit. Check that out. Holy
Mike
fuck,
has
that
bad
thing's huge.
knees. Joe Dog says I have Bloodruth #1 Horseman. I love Bloodruth #1. I think that comic was fucking awesome. It's a nice
can't wait to read
hour
it.
and a half read.
No
And
shit.
I can't wait for I think I'm looking forward to when issue 2 arrives of Bloodruth. I think it was great. What's your favorite title drawn by the late great Sabushima? Well, here's a problem for me. I'm going to say Spectacular Spider-Man because that's what I grew up knowing him on. So I know that's not shocking. It's a very not normie take, but a comic normie take, we'll say. A comic normie take. So that's Spectacular Spider-Man for me, man. He did a lot of those issues early on. Like, he did, like, at least 70% of them, maybe more. I'm just being generous with my estimates. Sabushima was a busy man, and he knew how to put pen to paper and get the fucking work. Great to see you, by the way, Subhuman. Great to see you. Oh, Subhuman, I did some Megadeth vids. You better check them out on Bonded by Metal if you haven't yet.
Dude, I just thought about that too. You know where the shift really was with the comic book artists and writers? When they stopped viewing themselves as blue-collar workers that had to bust their ass like a blue-collar worker, and when they started looking at themselves as like white-collar workers, like office people.
Oh, God, right? The blue-collar mentality to the office mentality.
Because I remember seeing the interviews with the interviews with the older guys. They were like, it was a blue-collar job. You know, we got paid by the page. We had to crank out as many as we could if we wanted a paycheck. You know? Yeah.
You gotta factor in a few things. I'm glad you brought that up, comment. I think that's one last great thing we could go into before we have to plug out. I think that's actually excellent. A lot of these guys who were in the blue collar field, a lot of them did serious jobs. A lot of them were veterans as well. A lot of them had life experience. Versus a lot of the office mentality comes from the people who live on Starbucks, live on social media. They don't have anywhere near the same amount of life experiences as a lot of the guys from yesteryear because their life is being too busy being validated on social media, aka living through others rather than living your own life, experiencing it for yourself firsthand. And I do feel, I can't prove it, but I feel this way, that I feel like because you have such dramatically different life experiences, they don't understand how life is. They think what they see online is automatically translatable to what goes on in the world, even though it's not. What goes on in New York City and LA is not representative of what goes on in Oklahoma and Texas. Here, hell, I'll be even more generous. What goes on in Chicago isn't even reflective of the rest of the state of Illinois, but they act like it is. They think, and I've talked to people who live outside the state. They think when they think Illinois, they just think Chicago, and I get it. It's the most populated city, sure, fine, but I've driven down the state of IL from the top of the state down to the bottom. Chicago's very north, headed towards Indiana on the map. but there's a 7-8 hour drive all the way down the state. And a lot of that does not involve Chicago, if not almost all of it doesn't. There's a state here, and there's a population that is not just Chicago. Yes, there's a whole other population outside of the Chicago population. And all I'm trying to get at here is that with the populations and the situations, they think because they live in this metropolitan situation that that's automatically like translates to everyone and everything else, even though it's not. It never has, and it never will be, no matter how much you wish for it to be. And the funny part is, guys like the Stans and the Jacks, a lot of them did live in the New York cities. That's true. However, they still experience life because they knew there's so much more to the world than just New York City, whether it was through being a veteran, going around the country, other countries. At least they lived the world, had actual experience versus people who hang out at Starbucks, sit on their computers for 5 hours looking for nothing but validation and affirmation for their social and political opinions. I live in Southern Illinois, nothing but fun. What town, Subhuman? I want to know if you don't mind telling, because I've driven through that way. Georgetown, Springfield, Madison, Mattes-1, not Madison, Madis-1, which is in Wisconsin. There's Matteson, Wisconsin as well. Matteson, Illinois. Yeah, let me know. I know there's also Metropolis, Illinois as well. I want to know if you don't mind telling me. Otherwise, if you don't want to share it, that's fine. But I think it's amazing how you have that big difference of people who live their life there versus those who live for their own lives and got a lot of experience out of it. That's all.
100%.
I feel like you hit on something
100%.
really important there, Common, with that. And I just really want to expand and elaborate on that.
No, absolutely, brother.
But guys, unless you got anything else, this may be the part where we pull out. You guys got anything else you want to say, add?
Well, I don't pull out, first off. Okay.
Now, we know you're the guy who really like focuses on keeping it in. We know. Trust me. We fucking know.
I might leave, but I never pull out.
Okay. Well, then I guess we can get ready to call it a night. And by the way, I will say thank you to those hanging out on Rumble. A shout out to Eric D. Red. Haven't seen him before, so welcome. We also had a few names on here who I hadn't seen as well. I want to say to all of those dudes as well, welcome to the party as well. I'm trying to scroll back up to see if I can find those comments because it was cool to, always see some, new faces around here. We got our usual suspects, and I love them. I love that they hang around here. But P. Fletcher, NWO, sir, thank you for being here. I appreciate the shite out of that. And there was also Shadow Warden as well. Thank you guys for dropping in. And thank you to Deeple for the direct donation. That was fucking awesome, dude. And Subhuman, I'm going to send this link to, I'm going to send 2 links in the chat so you see them. So put these on your watch later tabs, okay? First link is going to be the review for the new Megadeth album, all right? The second link is going to be where me and some of the Bonded by Metal guys rank the 16 albums before the new album. Right there. These are both on Bonded by Metal. So right there. New album review. And then this one is ranking of the 16 albums that preceded it. So please save these on your watch later. Watch them. I want to hear your thoughts. Do you agree? Do you disagree? As far as what's coming on my channel, I will be here next Saturday. Of course, my buddy Drew will be guesting on the show. He's got a comic to promote from Kickstarter. I can't wait. Drew was on here a while back with Aaron Sparrow, and that was before any books were out. Now they've had several books out since, so it's going to be a different conversation. And yes, we'll still be talking about ASM and F4 as well, in case you were wanting Common, Pablo. We're still going to be doing that. Toxic Tuesday, we'll be talking Chuck Norris's Code of Silence. And I'm Bonded by Metal. I just posted the Megadeth videos, so do check those out if you guys haven't. You got something to watch now after the show. And there'll be more coming, a lot more coming on Bonded by Metal. Really, as far as my main channel, right now streaming is the focus on the main channel. Streaming is the focus on the main channel for now. I'll do videos when I feel like the time is right. I don't put videos just to put out videos, but streaming is fun. Streaming is great. And that's all I got for my side. Pablo, do you got a plug you want to plug on the way out?
Not at the moment, not really. So I'm just hanging out here and enjoying talking about comics, man.
It's been fucking awesome to hang with you.
Oh
dude.
yeah, man.
Yeah.
Dude. There has been some great comics out of late.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean, dude.
Oh,
But
yeah.
no, now when we have, maybe we'll do like an ISOM show. We can have you around for it. I'm gonna try to persuade you into getting issue 2. Maybe I'll persuade you. I might do that, or maybe we'll do like a fundraiser to get to persuade you into issue 2. Just to do that. Just like, hey, you want to. I'm gonna try. I may fail, but at least I could say I will try. But it's been good to have you, man. Thanks for being here. I can't wait to talk next ASM and F4. It's been fucking awesome. You have a magical night, week, rest of your weekend. I'll see you next week. Common Nerd, plug your plug on the way out, sir.
Yes, boys and girls, tomorrow we've got the Bible study at 2 p.m. We are working our way through the book of Jeremiah, starting to get towards the end of that. So that is a very good time. It's kind of like when God's finally gotten sick of all of the like he's like, I'm trying one last time, and it's like, oh no, we're about to just go Sodom and Gomorrah all over again because y'all just won't listen. But yeah, so it'll be a good time with all of that. And speaking of fundraising, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, Common Nerd has an electric bill that is due on Monday. So tomorrow night on Doctor Who at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, which our dear sweet Iron Castro will be joining us for that one tomorrow night. We'll be watching some classic Who. It'll be the end of season 1 of William Hartnell's classic 1960s Doctor Who, boys and girls. So that's going to be an absolute blast. So come over tomorrow night, help Common Nerd fundraise for his electric bill, because as you guys have known for the past 3 years, this has been my full-time thing, and I have not been able to do this without all of you guys. So come help us out. We've got Dancing Baby, Dancing Sunker videos. You can get Common Nerd stoned. You can make Sunker drink more. We've got horrific videos of me and Kathy Griffin that I don't want to talk about right now, and a whole bunch of other fun stuff out there that you can all come over and torture and get rewards for your money, besides just the fact that you love me and want to see more of me. Well, mostly Sunker, but either way, it all works out anyway. So yeah, come join us for that tomorrow night, and that'll be a good time. And then during the week, it's just random news at random times right now, because I've had to kind of try to find some work during the day to kind of help catch up on all those bills that we're so far behind on right now. But that's okay. Good things are coming down the pipeline, and bigger and better things are getting expanded this year. 2026 is going to be wild for the Common Nerd, so make sure you guys come check me out if you haven't already for some reason, and I can't wait for next week. So it'll be awesome. Talk to some indie comic book creators. I've missed doing that kind of thing. And then more Amazing Spider-Man and more Fantastic Four, because boys, Galactus is here. He's not dead, and Silver Surfer sounds a little pissed. So that's going to be a lot of fun. So I can't wait. And shout out to all of you beautiful folks out there in the chat. I love you. I love you guys.
Thank you, Common. Thanks
Lots
for
of
being
homo.
here, sir. It's great to see you, homo and all. And I hope you have a magical night, week, rest of your weekend, sir. And I hope that the beatings will continue until morality improves, because that's the only thing I expect around here.
There's no sense in going off half-cocked.
Oh my God, the cock.
Sexual discrimination.
Okay, I got one bonus thing to plug on the way out.
Oh,
this will be Thursday, February 5th around noon. For the time being, and that's the keywords, for the time being, I will be doing an hour to hour and 15-minute review on Star Trek, the original series, because I've never watched the show before until I watched the first episode very recently. So for season 1, this will be a time. It could change. It could stay the same for season 2. I also got to see, will this show be well received in order for me to do a season 2? A lot of people seem to be excited at the idea of me talking original Trek, considering I've never watched Trek of any kind. So I'm going to talk about it, and I'm hoping maybe to have one panelist to piggyback off of per episode, whether it's a consistent one or rotating one. I don't know. But Thursday, I will be talking the first 2 episodes of Star Trek, the original series.
Nice.
So, Pablo, if you got nothing going on Thursday, you're welcome to join if you want. I'd be happy to talk about it. Let me know. Otherwise, comment it. Or if you guys want to do a few episodes and I do a few episodes with the other, I don't know. Andy, if you're out there, I'm just entertaining ideas. None of this is a pressure of any kind. Just thinking ideas as I go along. But either way,
Oh, dude, if I'm home, I will send you a message because, well, if you're starting, okay, are you going the Netflix route? Are you going?
We're gonna start by how the episodes were released.
Oh, okay, on release.
So we're gonna go very traditional. I want to go very traditional with this. Let's see if I care enough and get invested enough, I'll start to connect the dots, which is to me the ultimate way of knowing how I truly feel about it on its own merit. So if you want to be around for this Thursday, let me know. Otherwise, I'll figure out who I want to ask. But if you're interested, man, like I said, it'll be hour and 15 minutes.
If I'm home, I will be delighted.
Okay.
Because
find out as soon as you can. Because I'm gonna start prepping for these episodes tonight.
Okay. Let me ask you this. Who gave you the list?
Oh, I just looked at the list online.
Oh dear God.
Of the Star Trek, the original series episodes.
Yeah.
That's all. I didn't do anything fancy. There's nothing special about.
Okay, so you are starting Mantrap, Charlie X.
Here, I'll tell you what. I've watched one episode, but it's been a bit since I watched it, meaning like 2 months. I'm gonna tell you right now the one episode that I watched, because this is the first time I watched Star Trek of any kind ever. And that episode I watched, because I do gotta look it up to get the name. Sorry, chat. I'm not Trekkie like all of you. The Man Trap.
Yeah, then you are going, okay, Man Trap, Charlie X, Where No Man Has Gone Before.
Well, we're going to do 2 at a time. So
okay.
This will be the Man Trap and Charlie X.
Charlie X, there's some things that Charlie X does incredibly well. One of them is some flirtation that I won't say more.
Okay.
You are going to enjoy.
You are the guest for the first episode, Pablo. I look forward to Thursday afternoon.
Nice.
Let's have some fun. All right, Chad. Now we're really going to get the fuck out of here. Thanks for being here. Hope to see some of you for Toxic Tuesday, if not next week. Otherwise, for the brand new Nick Talks Trek. We'll see if it goes good. And if it goes good, we'll consider a season 2 for TOS. But for now, we're going to figure it out as we go along. But this is the end. Goodbye, good fight, and good night. Cheers!
I smell horse shit! It's horrible! But I can smell it!